Oh, yeah. And we're back. Oh, I just already started with a testing poll. Fuck.
Already, day one.
How's this? I listened to our podcast on Spotify.
Our podcast.
Our podcast, believe it or not.
We have a podcast.
We have a podcast. So, but have you, well, first off, sorry to the Spotify listeners.
Not sorry.
The first 8 seconds is just a whole lot of like, the last episode we're like slapping each other and all we hear is just like.
It was good though.
It was, what the fuck? The Spotify listeners have no idea what's going on. Anyway.
That's why you got to watch on YouTube. You get to see our beautiful faces as well.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Split Shift Pod, where we cut through the bullshit and the noise of the fitness industry. My name is Daniel.
My name is Jamie, and we are nearing the end of 2024.
This is our last episode for the year.
Last episode for the year. So you're going to watch this, and this is the time of the year where a lot of people are setting goals. They're preparing for 2025.
2025, baby.
So today, Danny and I are going to be having a chat about how we can fucking prepare you to get lasting results, not fucking ride this yo-yo wagon for the rest of your fucking life.
Are you going to be a New Year's resolutioner? New Year's resolution, starting the new year right, focusing on your fitness and health goals and focusing and working on your fitness vehicle. That is what we're going to be running through today. Before we get started into that, shout out Kimberly again. Thank you again for.
We're back on the sales straps.
Sales straps. I saw them and I was like, yes, hell yeah.
The sales straps, I think this is even better the second time.
They're really
nice. You start acquiring the taste a bit more. It's good. I also think this is my move. You got 4 moves out, so it must be mine. So there we go. Anyway, I think, goal setting, how you can set effective goals in 2025 to make sure you get some results. You stop the fucking yo-yo. None of that sort of shit. We got 3 points each.
3 points each.
3 points each.
You're going to maintain that momentum the whole year round. So you're not going to go 6 weeks in 2025. You're like, I already fucked up. Fuck it. Let's go back to the pantry. Or I'll start again next year. You're not going to be that guy anymore. Follow this plan. Follow this, I guess, this framework that we're going to be bouncing off each other. And you're going to succeed, baby. Not just for the whole year, though. It's going to be for life.
For 2 years. Oh, yeah.
For a year and a half.
For at least 18 months.
For at least.
And also you're going to have Split Shift Pod with your alarm set on your phone every Monday night, ready to fucking go. Except for this week because it came out on Thursday on Spotify because somebody fucked up.
Sorry, the morning.
Anyway.
It was one of us.
All right, Dan's kicking us off. We've got a 3-minute timer to keep us on track because we know you guys have as much ADHD as we do.
Unreal.
So,
am I doing the first question?
First dot point for Blaz.
All right.
3,
first,
2, 1. Fuck. 3, 2, 1. Yes.
First off, congratulations, man.
Thank you. How'd you know? I haven't told anybody yet.
No,
oh my God.
It's my time.
Oh, sorry.
First point I mentioned, you've just made. I'm starting this.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Are you ready? Congratulations. Yes, congratulations. You've just made 3, 2, 1, go.
You've just you did the hardest step, which is starting. Congratulations. The hardest part, oh my God, there it is. The hardest part of any journey is starting, and you have officially started. So that is awesome. One thing I actually never, I want to recognize when it comes to New Year's resolutions, there's definitely this negative view on...
Check.
There's negative view on... what am I doing? Oh, shit.
Nice.
There's negative view on... I'm so wigged out right now. We have this negative view on New Year's resolution. It's like things are bad. A lot of people think I'm like, oh, you're a New Year's resolutioner? Wow, how cliche. Honestly, my personal unpopular opinion, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. If you're a New Year's resolutioner, then I think there's no better way to want to reinvent yourself than starting into the new year. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not an excuse to just say, oh, I'm just going to start all my stuff in 2025 or in the new year and go from there and I have to do it at that time. No, you can do it whenever you want. But if you're that person, don't feel ashamed. There are probably many other people on the same boat that want to do this just like you. Embrace it. You've made the first step and that's the hardest part. Now, the biggest thing that what people will mostly fuck up on is that they will they'll take too many jumps. They get excited, you get really keen. I'm starting my fitness journey, 2025, let's get into it. And then they have the expectation they need to train 5 days a week. They need to show up in the gym for an hour and a half to 2 hours. They have to eat super clean and they cut out all their junk food. Don't do that. Don't do that. Start off small. Start off with small, realistic commitments, okay? Small. Remember? Small is good.
The big ones hurt.
Big ones hurt. So start small. Start with a smaller commitment that you can consistently show up to every single day. It may be what you were doing before, just a little just a little bit of an increase to what you were doing before. It could be that 5-minute walk. It could be I might polish up my lunches instead of having takeaway every day for lunch at my work. I might just bring in a lunch this time or focus on my protein. Small little changes that you can build every single week, because ultimately the most exciting part is the start, but where people fuck up the most is the start as well. It's a slow journey and there is an exponential change. If you build that momentum and it becomes a compounding thing where every single week it compounds. Start small, no big chunks. The small ones are good.
What an outro.
You like that?
We're trying to keep the elaborations very short so we can get this shit done. But I love what you said about the New Year's resos, because they do have such a fucking bad rap.
Massively.
You know, because they're abused typically and they're manipulated by, mainstream media in the health fitness industry by being this fucking get shredded fucking in January, then you can live the rest of your life shredded, which is just not the case.
Yeah.
Starting small is key. It's actually essential. What we spoke about in a couple episodes ago, how I was saying if you start small, your results will become exponential, but the majority of people do the opposite, where they start up here and they have the opposite effect. They go down that slippery slide. So Don't be that guy. Be the former, not the latter. Start small, build upon those fucking habits. Perfect. Fuck yeah. All right.
We're on.
So step 1, start small. Make sure you set the small goals. All right.
Let's do this.
We're on here.
3, 2, 1.
So it takes a couple little clicks. One click. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Make sure that you are setting identity-based goals. This is number one thing when I'm talking to clients or talking to anybody about setting goals in general that they want to maintain. We've spoken about, goal setting for an event. So having a weight loss goal, something like that, that's absolutely fine when it's for an event. But if you're starting out your year, you're ideally wanting to achieve a result that you can maintain through the whole year and more so for your whole life. So having an identity-based goal where you're focusing on who you're becoming rather than what you're actually achieving, say on the scales, that's going to be a key frame of mind if you actually want to maintain that result. Having an identity-based goal, focusing on who you're actually becoming, is going to eliminate the possibility of you doing unmaintainable things to achieve a result that you want to maintain. I think I've said that like fucking 10 times over the Split Shift pod because it just literally rolled off my tongue just then. But you don't want to be doing unmaintainable things to achieve a result that you want to maintain. That's what 99% of people do. When they start a year, they start the New Year's reso, they're like, I'm going to lose 20 kilos. They're like, okay, that's your only focus. Your only focus is losing 20 kilos. Well, you're going to do anything you can do to drop those 20 kilos. You're going to do keto. You're going to fucking go to the gym 5 days a fucking week where you're going there for 3 hours a day, burning 700 calories and then wondering why you're starving, but you've cut out carbs. So you're like fucking freaking out. You get two weeks in or 2 months in even, you've dropped a whole bunch of weight. You're like, fuck yeah, feel good. And then you just binge and you fucking might get an injury or whatever it is, something that brings you back to doing nothing again or brings you back to doing less than what you were doing to achieve that result. Focus on who you're actually becoming. Instead of just trying to be, let's say you want to set a new world record. This is going to be a fucking weird example. I know I thought it is. Let's say you were setting a world record for the sprint. You're not just going to go out, fucking go to a 100-meter track and be like, all right, fucking, it's like you're not going to fucking get it, right? But maybe if you actually started by starting running every day or started running a couple times a week and then building up upon that, starting those habits, starting those non-negotiable habits that you're doing day in, day out, like we spoke about just then, starting small. If you can figure out what your identity is that you want to be, who that person is, and actually figure out how they live, figure out what habits they do day to day, what do they do week to week, what's their lifestyle like in that space. If you can imitate that and build towards that, the weight loss that you wanted or the physical result that you wanted is going to come as a byproduct of that, rather than that being the actual thing that you're chasing. Because if you're just chasing that physical result, you're going to do whatever you can do to get there, and you'll be another statistic in the 99% of diets that fail. You don't want to be a statistic. 3, 2, 1. The big ones hurt. There we go.
That was good.
Oh, fuck, it's everywhere. Oh, shit. I gotta go. I gotta wipe my face. You can elaborate on that.
That was good. That was good.
Fuck.
As Jamie, for Spotify listeners, Jamie just absolutely spat his drink out.
Oh, my hair's all over the place.
All over the fucking floor. It's on his chair. Anyway, for the YouTube listeners, hope you enjoyed. I love the quote. Is like doing unmaintainable things for a maintainable result. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you want to achieve a result that's maintainable, but you want to do unmaintainable things to get there.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
What's the point in that? It actually just, if you say it out loud, it sounds super trivial. They're like, yeah, that's obviously, like, why would I do that? But that's what people do.
Every fucking day.
And I absolutely could not agree more that when you treat things like your weight loss results as like a byproduct, let it be a reflection of the person that you want to be, rather than just be the sole focus, where we always talk about the blinders of just looking up like, this is just my one thing. But you're absolutely right. You'll do anything possible to get you there. And there's so many ways that people would pull you from left to right to say, no, just do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. But it's probably not even maintainable, from the shred, from the keto, from all that type of stuff. Yeah, it can get you to the result. But if you like carbs, if you want to enjoy social life with your friends and family, go out for dinner and stuff like that, the fuck's the point? It's just not going to add much value to it. So do the shit that's maintainable, especially with our ideal living. I could not agree more. And treat your results as a byproduct of that. Such a good way.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Did you move here?
I did.
Okay, fuck yeah. All right, deal. I'd bet.
I'd bet.
You ready? All right, so we have start small, do small things incrementally, building those.
Yep.
Focus on identity-based goal rather than just a physical weight loss goal, who you're becoming. And number 3 is 3, 2, 1.
Following off that is, my next one is looking.
I thought it was going to be a really climatic fucking intro.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right, it's all good.
Sorry, bro. We can start time. No, I'm not starting. Look long term. I'm not like exactly what Jamie said. Jamie's saying, thinking long term. Think of the identity. Identity is not a small goal. Identity is literally who you are. My next point is, again, following off looking long term, and especially aligning it with a compelling why. Now, the reason why I make this one is that looking long term, it doesn't necessarily, you can also look in for how you want to ideally live for life, but also you can also measure it down to over the next 6 to 12 months. I always recommend, where do you want to see yourself in 12 months time? So if it's January 1st, 2026, who is that person that you want to be? It gives us a bit of a deadline to work with. It gives us more of a bit more of a time frame, so you can be able to scale it up with your progression, stuff like that. So it's like ultimately you can just measure that a little bit better. But following with that, when you're looking at ideal and the ideal living, looking long term, set yourself with a compelling why. What is your reason why? And I want you to really peel back those layers. Something that we as coaches, we tend to really put a lot of focus into our clients' why. And usually it starts off with like, yeah, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 20 kilos. And then why? Oh, I want to, just want to feel a little bit better about myself. Oh, what does that mean? Tell me about what makes you feel better, what that looks like. Peel back those layers, and it turns to this. And it gets to this level, I'm just like, I hate fucking looking myself in the fucking mirror every single day. And I feel like I can't show up as a good example for my kids anymore. As if that's not the most powerful way. And it gets like that. If you've triggered an emotion, or like a positive emotion, or even a negative emotion, you cried, or you're really happy, that's the result that you want, or these are the reasons why you don't want to be where you are anymore, you pretty much hit the money. Now, following off when you're looking at long term around that power of the why, is it becomes our what we call as our low motivation cure, or our anchor to pretty much pave the way for you to keep going on your good days, especially your bad days. On your good days, especially in the early parts of the training journey, you're gonna be laughing, you're gonna be having a mad time, you're gonna be great. 5-6 weeks down the track, I guarantee you there's gonna be a bit of a relapse, or life is gonna come back to normal. You're gonna be out of holiday mode, you're gonna go back to normal working routine, and you're gonna be just essentially, you're gonna be hitting just the reality of life again. What are you gonna do then to get you to keep going? You're gonna use the power of your why to essentially make your goals not just the want, I want to do this. It's going to be turned into an absolute necessity that you need to keep going. You need to keep showing up. Results will keep coming through consistency and a structure and a plan. Don't get me wrong, that's all stuff there, but it's all built in the backbone of a really compelling why that makes you need to keep going. Set long-term goals, have a compelling why, and mine's small.
Same. Mine is also below average. The why is everything. Like I've said before, your results are going to be dictated by the quality of your non-negotiable habits. And the thing that's going to keep you going with those non-negotiable habits is if you have a compelling why or not. That is the benefit of having a coach, because if you have a coach that actually delves into that, that's going to be massively beneficial, because it's fucking uncomfortable. It's actually really, like, it's not, you think if you're watching this or listening to this, I guarantee you think, yeah, no, I want to lose weight because it's just going to make me a better me. And I'm going to be a better role model for my kids. And yeah, they're fucking awesome whys. They're awesome, compelling reasons why. Unless you sit with that for a while and you actually understand the gravity of that, or you've had like something that's made you feel extremely, extremely fucking uncomfortable, you're not going to do it when you feel like shit. If you've had the longest day at work and you get home and the kids are riding you up the wall, but you said you're going to go for that walk, but you're stressed and you're fucking starving, and fuck, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is on TV.
Get the chockies out.
And the chockies are there, the lint balls are on the table because it's Chrissy. You're like, fuck that walk, I'm sitting down, fuck you kids, I'm going to go. That's what's going to happen. I'm sorry, but that's what's going to happen. You're going to be another statistic of somebody that said they were going to do something and had a crack for a few weeks. You don't want to be that. You need to actually figure out, because everybody wants to fucking feel better, right? Everybody wants to have more energy. Everybody wants to have a better body. I've met zero people that didn't say, oh, I wouldn't mind a bit more muscle and a bit more fucking little bit leaner or whatever. Zero people, you know? The people that actually get it understand why they want it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's fucking, if nothing else, that is the number one thing.
Yeah.
You know, because that will be the thing that keeps you going more than anything. So,
and it may seem pretty tough, like hearing, like, you know, you can be hearing this, like it's where we're very absolute with it, because we've seen it so many times where a lot of the reasons why people don't change is because they just don't have a good enough reason to. Because they will find any other reason, especially when the shit gets tough, they'll find any other reason to not do it. So you got to have a reason above those other reasons of you just wanting to sit on the couch or not go for that walk or not do that gym session after the shit day. Your reason needs to be bigger than all of that, because the path of least resistance is always going to be there. There's that fork in the road is always going to be there.
100%.
And you're going to face that, pretty much every day. Every single day you're going to be facing that. And it's making those conscious decisions to really say, no, I'm going to do what I know that's best for me because of these reasons. Stuff like that.
And you might even think that you're fucked up. You might even, weird. You might even know, like, yeah, no, I've got all these problems. Like, I really need to lose this weight. I need to get my shit together. You've spent the past couple of decades potentially hiding your reason why. So don't think that just because we're talking about this, you're like, yeah, I know why I want it. It's like, you fucking probably don't. Unless you've actually sat yourself down and actually delved into it like hard and actually questioned yourself and been like, fuck, this is actually real now. You've built walls. You've built barriers between you and that compelling reason why, because that is fucking uncomfortable.
Comfortable, vulnerability, it's not easy.
It's hard.
It's very tough. But you know what? If you peel back those layers, if you get in that, sitting yourself in that uncomfortable zone, I can guarantee you from Jamie and I's both of our blessing is that you will succeed 99% of the time, because you'll be driven by so much power behind you.
Yeah, find your why and actually remind yourself of it as well. Get that fucking shit on your phone, whatever. Anyway, great one. All right. What do we got? Whoa. Hold the phone.
Sorry.
All right. Oh, yes.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so for my second one, or number 4, measure what actually matters, which kind of does tie into what I said first, and even what Danny was saying, measure what actually matters. So this is more about tracking your progress. So let's say, like we said before, you have that 20 kilo loss goal. Great, that's fine. You should definitely lose 20 kilos. If you've got 20 kilos to lose, that's fine. It's not saying don't do that. What we did say at the start, what I said at the start was focus on your identity, who you're becoming. Focus on that and let the weight loss be a byproduct of that lifestyle that you're living to become that version. That's fine, right? We understand that. You're all over that. Now it's about measuring what actually matters. So instead of being like, oh, I'm fucking going for these walks like I said my ideal version does. I'm fucking prepping my food like my ideal version does. But what the fuck? I put on a kilo this week. What the fuck is that? You're going to go back down that fucking hole. You're going to be like, what's the fucking point? We're starting this again. Fuck this. Measure what actually fucking matters. So count the small wins. Like we said, building those small goals. Fuck, I went for a walk even though I said that I fucking really didn't want to. That's huge. Massive. Now I'm somebody that's showing up when I don't want to. That's massive. That is a fucking huge win. How are my energy levels? Fuck, I'm actually have more energy. I'm showing up better for my fucking kids. I actually went and took my kids out to the park and ran around with them for the first time ever. That's fucking huge. But you put on a kilo this week. That's fucking weird. Huh, strange. I was intimate with my partner for the first time in 6 months last week. You know what? Oh, we actually had sex with the lights on. That's fucking crazy. Find out where you're lacking or what your ideal version has, how that lifestyle is, and measure your progress of those wins rather than just the wins on the scale. The scale's always going to go up and down. You never want to base your results off that. I'll do it this way. The scale's always going to go up and down. It's never going to be linear, ever.
Never this.
Never this, never that.
People on Spotify listeners, basically just an ascending line.
Yeah.
No.
Ascending, descending. It's never going to be in a straight line. What can be in a straight line is your habits and what's going on, in your, physiologically, like I said, improving your health, improving your fucking energy, vibrancy, all that sort of shit, improving your ability to show up at work, improving your ability to show up with your family, with the people you actually care about, and then show up for yourself. How has your self-talk changed? Start noticing that shit. How has your relationship with food changed? Because these are the things, if you can change these are the things that are actually going to keep you there. They're actually going to give you that result and be able to maintain and keep you or allow you to be able to maintain that result. So you're not doing those unmaintainable things to get that result. So yes, make sure that you're changing what you are measuring. So you're not just focused on the scales, and then align those things also with your values, things you actually care about. Bang.
Nice.
I hope that made sense.
That was good. That was very good, man. That was very, very good. There is something that you can look at your goals as there's objective-based goals and then there's subjective goals. And this is a great way with I particularly use with my clients as well, is that it purely objective is data, concrete evidence, that stuff that you can scale, and that's really, really cool. But then there's a subjective side, which is more related to emotions and feelings and how we're progressing with that too. You can use both. Having both as powerful forms of ways to progress. And what you said was perfect, is that, again, if you're just looking at just the one thing, that's all you're going to notice. And what a shame would it be when you're only fixated on this one thing, but there is 5, 10, 15 other things. How many wins you really you can actually boil it down to? You're missing out on that. You're missing that celebration. You're missing the excitement of achieving things you probably never realized you thought you did, because at the time you're like, I just don't see value in it. It's over the top of my head because I'm only fixated on this one thing. Broaden that horizon. Look at all the other things that you might that you'll see value, and just go back to those wins. It is so important that you've got to celebrate the big wins, but especially those small wins massively.
Yeah. Particularly the things that actually matter, and particularly the things that are actually going to change your life. So if your big goal is I want to fucking actually show up better for my kids, blah, 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 measure progress in that area rather than just the weight on the scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Last one each.
Shit.
Sheesh.
Let's go.
All right.
What did I say? Oh,
I reckon we can make this before the fucking thing overheats as well. This is going to be good.
Fuck, that's a first.
10 minutes.
All right, let's do this.
3, 2, 1.
Love that last one you said. And my last one is going to be creating SMART goals, or setting SMART goals. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevance, and a time frame. Now, the reason why I put this one in is because we want to, how do we bring this all together with at least a bit of a process that we can follow off, a bit of a system that we can create? Something that we'll always talking about and we talk about this a lot. It's mentioned with other clients. You are creating essentially is your system. This is your system. It's no one else's. It's not Jane across the road. It's not Steve up the road. It is your system. So I don't know why I said Steve.
Not Steve-O.
I
I love you, Steve-O, because
Shout
you're
out.
definitely watching too. How you going, Bags?
So you are creating your system. So what does a system look like? It's the things that you are doing that works realistically for you. Specific goals, as we talk about that, make sure they're super specific to what you want. Try not to get too airy on this one as well. The more you can get clarity on what you truly want. So compelling goals with your values, your what you truly matters to you, to you. There's another one. And then follow it up with measuring it. How are you going to measure this? So if you really value performance, set some performance markers. If you want to be able to measure your energy, you can at least subjectively look at it. Like, how am I feeling throughout the day? Am I needing 4 cups of coffee to keep myself alive during the day anymore? And stuff like that. The more we can look into other areas of how we can measure it, the more wins you're going to be able to create. The next one is if it's attainable. Now, this one is where people do need to drop the ego, because especially when it comes to New Year's resolutions, is they get super excited and they set these really awesome goals, but bottom line is that they're probably a little too unrealistic. And that's why they fail. That's why they just can't do it. So make sure these goals are realistic, at least in the short term, or even especially down the track is long term as well. So can you actually do it? Can you do your 5 gym sessions like you said you were going to do? If you said maybe, oh, I'll do my best, fuck that off. Just be a lot more absolute with what you want, how you're going to approach it, and just make it a yes or no. So if it's like 2 to 3 gym sessions a week, and you can be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I can do that, no worries. Perfect. That's your baseline. Start there. Relevance. I'm sure we've spoken about relevance enough already in this episode. Your why. Talk about how important is your why. Make sure that's, look, we like to use what's known as the stick and carrot. So what's the stick? It's gonna basically stop you to keep going forward. So the pain points, but also the carrot, the exciting part, that's gonna get you all the way, or at least to that destination. And then time frame. Adding a time frame is still great. You can use 12 months, you can use 6 months, you can look at the next few months, as long as it's realistic, but you're adding a time frame and you can use it as milestone points, not at the end destination. Milestone points so you can keep going forever in your journey.
Or even 3 minutes.
Set smart goals.
There you go. Perfect. There's not really any, like, smart goals. I think that's fucking pretty straightforward. If you work in corporate, I'm sure you've done a whole lot of this, but a lot of people that I've trained that work in corporate, it's all the same shit as we do here, except they just don't relate shit back to their life, to themselves. If you work in corporate and you're in a position of leadership or whatever, use the tools that you have for work and use them on yourself. People just don't do that shit. They think this is separate. Like, no, it's fucking like, it's the same shit.
I think people need to try to reinvent the wheel when it comes to these things.
Like, no, I'm different. I'm not like that. Or fucking leave work at work. Yeah, it's fine, but you have the tools. Use them on yourself. Like you have performance tools. If you got KPIs, you got all this shit. Use them on yourself in a constructive way. One of the points there, can't remember which one.
You did
way. I know. Fuck. Making sure it's attainable or achievable. That's fucking like massive. A lot of people do bite off more than they can chew. Like we were speaking about at the start, starting small, that's key. Making sure that you can actually follow through with what you say you're going to do. That's massive. We've spoken about this a million times now. But actually being able to show up and commit to what you say you're going to do is fucking everything, because of what it does to your psychology. If you do not, if you become that person that just, half-asses it or says they're going to do something and is okay with not doing it. And even if you say, I'm not like that, it's like you fucking probably are, because the majority of people actually are. They say, I'll go to the gym today, and they didn't go to the gym today, but it's all right because I'll go Thursday. It's like, but then they don't go Thursday, but it's like, it's okay because I'll try next week. It's like, it's okay. Yes, 100%. But once, maybe twice. You need to sort that out and nip that in the butt so you can actually set goals that you can follow through with. Otherwise, in your subconscious mind, you will become that person that just doesn't follow through with what they say they're going to do. And then that makes it extremely hard for you to set and achieve goals. Fuck yeah, 30 minutes, let's go.
Are you ready?
No.
3?
Oh, yes.
Okay. 2, 1.
All right, so you set all the goals. You know exactly what you're doing. You've got your fucking identity-based goals. You've set your SMART goals. You've got your compelling why. You've got all these things in your arsenal. You've done all the right things. You're ready to roll. You're like, January 1st, you got your backpack on for school. You're like, January 1st, let's go. I'm going to be the new me. Step 6 is going to be, I want you to build a fuck-up plan. So I want you to reminisce. Think about all the times, all the previous attempts you've had at either losing weight, changing your lifestyle, doing anything in this area. Think about everything that's happened in the past where you fucked up. You fucked up and you've gone back to square one. Was it when you got really busy at work and you just decided, oh, I'm not going to the gym. Can't go to the gym this week. That 1 week turned into 2 weeks, turned into 3 weeks. And then before you know it, you've been paying for a jiu-jitsu membership for a year and you haven't gone back.
Sorry, Mario.
You know? Sorry, Mario. Sorry, bro. Was it the kids were going crazy and then you were super fucking stressed because you finished work and then you binge ate a whole block of chocolate and then you felt shit about yourself. So the next day you had pizza, then you felt even shitter about yourself. Then you're like, what's the fucking point? Here I am again. I'm just a fat fuck. Figure out what's gone wrong in the past. What has stopped you from getting from point A to point B in the past? Then I want you to write them down as a list and we're going to make a fuck up plan for each of those things. All of those things are going to happen again because you are a human and you are still, even though you have this new identity, you are still the same human with the same life and very similar obstacles, and new obstacles will come up. So what you need to do is make sure that you have a plan in place ready for when those things come up so that you're not that person that as soon as shit goes wrong, you have this all or nothing mindset. Everything has to be perfect. Otherwise, what's the point? That is very similar to if you had a GPS and you typed in, I'm going to drive to Brisbane. It's going to direct you there. Then as soon as you take a wrong turn, the GPS flashes and goes, you fucked up. You went the wrong way. Go home. Then you're back at square one. It's the exact same fucking thing. It's going to say no. It's going to route correct. It's going to correct and change route so that you can make sure that you still get to that destination. And this is going to be your fuck up plan. So I want you to think about everything that you've done in the past, everything that could potentially come up, even if it hasn't come up before. Map out everything that you could think could happen in the future that could come between you and getting that result. And then I want you to make a plan B and then a plan C. And then if you're really not that confident, make a fucking plan D because we love D. Yeah. Cool. So you need all these separate ways to make sure that you can still achieve that result. Cool? That makes sense? Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Make a fuck up plan. You will fuck up. You are human, as is Daniel, as is myself. We're all human. We all fuck up. So you need to preempt that and make sure that you're prepared for when that actually happens. So you're not just being like, oh, fuck, everything's going well. At the start of January being like, I'm ready for my new lifestyle. First day of school. And you're running down the fucking road, then you get hit by a bus. Wow. I got morbid.
So good finish.
Thank you. I always finish well.
I think the fuck up plan really falls down to ownership. Like you're being real with yourself as well. So like ownership is one of those things where are you about to make a move?
No, I was just making sure I was in the center. That's your
that's mine.
That's your thing anyway. Yeah.
It's being super real and not being like I guess delusional thinking that it's just like it's gonna go all fine, it's gonna be all sweet, because it's 100% not, because nothing ever is. And that's completely fine too. It kind of ties within this learning-based mindset of like you're willing to embrace change, but also embrace the learning process as well. Because the fuck-ups is all learning. Failing, quote unquote, is learning. True failure is stopping. It's just like, I'm done, I'm going back home. You still got a destination to go to. It's just finding how to reroute that by utilizing this learning-based approach to say, yep, I did screw up. Like I didn't do the thing what I was going to do. How can I make sure I don't do that next time? And it's basically you regress back to your average. You go back to what is your absolute baseline of like, you are showing up here consistently. You're going to have awesome days, bad days, but you're going back to, if you put that together, you've got your average there. If you're improving your average by learning and learning and embracing and finding different strategies, your average is going to improve. You improve your average, you're just going to get better.
You win.
Because average is the best.
Average is good. Even slightly below average is really good. I've heard.
Even better, way better.
I think the thing with that as well is we have this fucking chat. You set these awesome goals. all these things are super motivating. You know, you're going to write these goals down. You're going to feel motivated and excited. That's not actually what you want. You want to put yourselves in the depths and the pits of hell when you're doing this. So yes, you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to fucking go to the gym. I'm going to, do my walks. I'm going to do all these things. You need to plan most for your bad days. It's not about how good your good days are. It's about how much you can bring up your shit days. Like Danny just said, bring up your average. So it's planning for the shit days, planning for where you're fucking emotional, planning for where you feel like shit, you have low energy, planning for when you actually fuck up. If you can actually be prepared for the shit, if you can be prepared to eat some shit and wipe some shit out of the way, you're going to be able to get to the ass.
There's a lot of good things today.
Good things, just good things in general.
Good things. We love it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Now you're going to have the most amazing results ever because you listened to the most handsome guys on the internet.
Cheers for the empty can. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the new episode. Are you a New Year's resolutioner? Are you going to be taking on your goals in 2025? We'd love to hear what your goals are. So comment below. If you're on Spotify, comment as well. Like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube watching our faces, if you're on Spotify, give us some 5 stars. It's just going to make sure that it's going to help us. We love sharing this stuff with you guys and want you guys to succeed. So we'd love to get a little bit of love back. You know what I mean? And it'll just support the boys. Support the boys. But if you have any questions coming into the new year, start putting them in now.
Yes.
Because that's going to be shit we're going to be talking about in 2025.
Absolutely. We want to do all the things in 2025 and make it your best year and our best year. And the Split Shit Pod is about to fucking take over the world, believe it or not.
We're only just getting started.
You know why? Because the big ones actually hurt.
We'll see you next week.
Little is better. And we will see you next week. We might. We'll see you in the new year.
Oh, no, we're not going to see you next week. Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
See you in 2025.
Bye. Love you.